Hey there, it's Dusty with another story for you. This is from Relationship Advice, and it's titled, I, 28 female, made a joke with my husband, 29 male, and it's costing me my marriage with a man I truly love. I need help fixing it. I created the account a couple of minutes ago to get advice. A joke I made is spiraling out of control and I'm losing a man I truly love over it. My husband and I have been married for 4 years now. I truly do love him with everything I have. I can't see a life without him. I took some stupid advice from some of my girlfriends regarding a joke that they have done with their husbands or boyfriend. The joke is basically telling your partner you want to break up or that you want a divorce. Who's dumb enough to play this joke? Who? Okay. I never wanted to do it and thought it was cruel to do, especially to somebody you love, but I was convinced after pestering me about it, as I was the only one that hasn't done it yet out of the 5 of us. They further convinced me about it when they told me the reactions their partners had afterwards. So you got peer pressured into sabotaging your marriage. That makes it all better. Stupidly, I did it last week and my husband's reaction wasn't what I thought it would be. I honestly thought that he would try to talk me out of it or beg or make suggestions like my friends' partners have done, but he didn't. We had dinner and we were watching a movie when I told him I'm not happy anymore and I think we should get a divorce. He looked at me for a couple of seconds and I swear, it looked like something broke in his eyes. He got up, walked into our bedroom, and within 10 minutes came out with a bag and walked out of the house without saying a word to me. That joke didn't go the way you planned, huh? You know why? Because it wasn't a fucking joke. I tried to stop him, especially after seeing him with his bag packed, and told him it was just a joke and I didn't mean it, but he basically just brushed me off and walked out. I tried to get a hold of him, messages, calls, emails, video chats, but he isn't answering me at all. I talked to his friends, but none of them want to tell me where he is when and if they do answer me. I went to his work, but they refused my entry into the building. I've tried his parents, but they don't want to get involved, as well as with his siblings, and the only messages I got back was from his sister telling me, joke or not, I f***ed up. I haven't seen so many messages about it being a joke and even sent screenshots of my conversations with my girlfriends about the joke as proof that it was a joke and that I'm not backtracking all of the sudden, but nothing. My friends didn't have any real advice and just told me to just give him time and that he will get over it. The same friends who convinced you to do this joke in the first place, you went back to for more advice? Girl. Everything came down to me yesterday when I was served with actual divorce papers. It felt like somebody slapped me in the face and hit me and continued to hit me. I was and still am in so much pain. I frantically tried to get a hold of him, but all I got back was he had nothing to say and I should talk to his lawyer. How can I get the man I love back? I don't want to lose him. I made a stupid joke. I know that now and it's breaking my world apart. Edit already had questions in my DMs about this. We have had no issues that I know of. We were laughing the whole time throughout the day, had fun and everything. No fight or distance recently between us. Nothing like that at all. Everything was basically perfect. Edit 2. When I was reading through the divorce papers at the very last line on the very last page, it revealed that the papers and his entire filing of the divorce was actually a joke as well. He was getting me back. Edit 2 is actually not part of that. I just made that whole thing up right now.
Like, what?
That's not how the story goes. No. There was no, he wasn't joking. That was not in the divorce papers. It just felt like a good plot twist that needed to be there. So I just rolled with it.
I was like, I didn't read that.
No. He wasn't joking. He wasn't joking. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's really hard to look at the screen at words that don't exist and make them up in your head and deliver them and pretend like you're reading them from the screen.
I don't know what to say about that.
No, it was not a joke. It was not a joke to him. And he filed divorce. And I guess look at it this way, whether that's a joke or not, willing to do that to somebody you love is cruel. And that's why you didn't want to do it in the first place. Or so you say, OP, but you did it. You did this cruel thing to someone you supposedly love. And the fact that you were willing to go through with it and do that and inflict pain just to see how they respond means that you don't truly fully love this person and you deserved to lose him. I know that's painful to hear. You cannot get him back. Trust is now broken. Even if you did successfully convince him that this was all a joke and showed your evidence and whatever, your willingness to inflict pain on him is going to create this distance between you that is going to be irrecoverable. There's always going to be this little part of him that's like, is this a joke? Is what's real and what's not? If you joked around about wanting a divorce, that would be too far. We joke around with each other all the time about all kinds of shit.
And I was like, oh.
We don't joke around about our relationship ending because that's not a joke. That's some serious shit. Why be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? You know what I mean? Like if I'm putting myself in his position right now, if I'm sitting across from the love of my life that has been perfectly, like our relationship is great leading up to that, and looks me dead in the eye and says, I think we should get a divorce. What are you supposed to do? She did this because she wanted to see him grovel? That's the best outcome? Because that's what some of her friends' hubbies did? Sorry, that is a bizzo thing to do to somebody. Also, to think that it's okay to do that to another human being and then expect them to still maintain a loving relationship with you and laugh it off is delusional. And yeah, I'm upgrading my vote from 2 to 1 because I think there's a little bit of incompetence here. Maybe. No, you know what? That. She's playing dumb. Playing dumb like I had no idea it could lead to this. You have to accept the possible risks involved whenever you do any kind of joke or prank, especially if it's involving your partner in your marriage like this. You have to at least acknowledge that this could happen. And this is why you didn't want to do it in the first place, right? And then they convinced you to do it. You got peer pressured into sabotaging your marriage. Like, I can't. Sorry, lady. Like, have a backbone. Like, what else has this group of friends talked you into? The fact that you went back to them to ask for advice on how to fix things blows my mind. Like, what? Because they give such good advice in the first place. I will go back to this place and ask for more stellar advice. No, this was dumb. It was just dumb. And you chose this path knowing this was a possibility. You gambled your marriage on a joke and you lost. And that's that. It's only fitting that we get the one and only, the especially glamorous Candy Thunder today.
Glamorous.
You got your red boots on. You got your leopard print skirts and your red boots.
No, I think she fucked around and found out. I mean, that's like literally the whole feedback for this because but I am confused because if you came up to me and we were having the best day ever and you said, I want to get divorced, I wouldn't just get up and walk away and pack a bag and never talk to you again. I would be like, what the why?
I wouldn't.
And then
either.
I would get pissed. Like I just would not walk away without, I would give you an earful and you would do a lot of groveling to make up for said joke. But I don't think that I would just like walk away and never speak to you again. But he is well within his right to do that because the joke that she did it's not funny. It's like, it's hurtful and it's mean. And like you said, she knew that it was going to hurt her spouse and she did it anyways without regard for his feelings. So I like funny pranks, like lighthearted stuff, but jokes that go this far, jokes that cross the line, jokes that hurt people, like I'm just not a fan of it.
It's not a joke.
I don't like that kind of stuff at all. Like it bothers me a lot. So and like we poke fun and we have fun with each other, but taking something this far where you are putting your relationship in jeopardy or you're like joking, making fun of putting your relationship in jeopardy is not a funny thing to me. It actually this would enrage me. Like this would hurt me and I would feel like that sting of you saying those words to me. And maybe that's what he knew he couldn't come back from. Like hearing you say those words to me would probably break me enough to never trust you again. And that's what you said earlier too.
Yeah.
So like I get that and I get why you couldn't continue in a relationship where someone thought it was okay to make this joke.
And maybe that's what he saw. Maybe, in the few seconds where he sat there just dumbfounded, maybe he ran through all of this.
But I mean, if I would never do this. I would never, like, there's some things that you just don't joke about. And for me, those would be divorce, pregnancy, organic jelly.
Organic jelly.
I don't know. This is just one of those things that's off limits. And her friends encouraging her to do this. I'm like, have you never said no before? Because like I would never be like, no. Like, no, I'm not doing that to my husband. I love my husband.
That's where I really want to dive in with you is this whole friend group thing. And maybe it's bullshit and she's just throwing them under the bus. And maybe they didn't try hard to convince her. Maybe she was part of the first wave that went through with this, right?
Right.
What's got to be going through someone's mind to sit there in a friend group and be like, it'd be fun. Let's do this.
I mean, I think shit like this starts
on
social media trends. Like,
gosh.
Like, and social media trends there's some harmful shit out there. I mean, we saw what happened when school got back in session, in in America this year, like with the false threats and stuff like that. So I think social media trends, like, but again, it all goes back to peer pressure. Like, if you feel the pressure to do this and you don't want to do this, why are you fucking doing it? Like, it's no one, you don't have to. Like, it's not going to change your life, except that it did. There's no reason to do this other than just feeling like you need to be part of something. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would want to do something that they originally said, no, that's too far. And then be like, oh yeah, okay, I guess I'll do it now. Like, giving into peer pressure is,
I mean,
she deserves the consequence, I guess.
Yeah.
If you are going to be okay hurting your spouse, you deserve what you get.
also pain creates change, right?
Yeah.
So if this is a person who is a follower in life, you know what I mean, is who just follows what her friends convince her
Right.
to do, what
Yeah.
anybody wants her to do, she just does. This might be enough pain to change that. I mean, eventually you grow a backbone, right? It just doesn't appear. Also, I don't know. I just
There is no undoing that. When it taps into that part of your brain, of your personality, of who you are at your very core, I don't think there are some people that can't. That trust is broken beyond recognition. Fubar. Oh, I didn't do it right. Damn it.
what?
It's up beyond recognition.
Okay. I thought that's what you said.
No, I didn't.